is up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, JayNotion, across the nation. And we are here today checking out the trailer that is breaking the internet, Grand Theft Auto 6. So this one is a huge drop. Rockstar posted a tweet a week or two ago saying we've got a trailer coming up for you. Everyone was absolutely buzzing for it. Some people are hoping for a release date of this year. Don't think it's going to happen, guys. I don't even think we're going to get this next year in 24. I think this potentially could even be early 25 or sort of late 24. I don't think we're going to get this anytime soon. But this is an absolute dangling of the carrot. I think every developer needs to accept that whenever this thing is released, their game is not getting Game of the Year. This one's going to get it. And that's before it even comes out. It's just going to sell on name alone. We're going to talk about some of the issues that I've heard about the game at the end of the trailer. But for now, we're just going to indulge in the trailer itself. So, without further ado, this is going to be 4K Grand Theft Auto 6 official trailer greatness, hopefully. Without further ado, let's have a little peek. It looks amazing.
Do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
Graphically, already there. Already there.
Well, look who's back. The only way we're gonna get through this is by sticking together, being a team. Trust?
Trust.
Was that Nolan North? There we go. There we go. 2025, guys. I called it. I don't think it was going to be coming out anytime soon, but this is definitely going to be dangling of the carrot. The last time I checked the views on this thing, it was already at 7 million views, so people are absolutely clamoring for this one. I would imagine a lot of channels are going to be talking about the trailer and discussing it as well. It's just breaking the internet, and it was kind of expected, but let's talk about it. So, graphically, I think it was never going to be an issue. It was always going to be up there. Rockstar deliver some of the best looking games in gaming history. It's without a shadow of a doubt. Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably my favorite Rockstar game. It's probably up there. And one of the things that I am a little bit worried about, which I'll talk to you about now, is the fact that people were saying that this could be a live service game. Now, I'm hoping it's all not going to come to fruition, but if they do this as a live service game, this is going to kill this franchise. And what's unfortunate is Rockstar absolutely know without a shadow of a doubt that this is going to be the biggest selling game of that year, potentially of the new console generation. It's going to be without a shadow of a doubt. So to put something in like a live service is going to be very detrimental, I think, to the true gamers out there. And I hope that's an all-round thing that's just been, thrown around the internet. It's not going to, get any substance. It's not going to gain any traction. They're not going to use it. Because this is Grand Theft Auto, guys. They already started to implement small little things in the online section of the game, in the prior game, in Grand Theft Auto 5, when they brought in GTA Online and made it its own separate thing. They started putting in shark cards. They started making it pay to win. Spend £20 of real money to get a £2 million shark card. It will buy you this extravagant apartment. You can get all the best guns. And I hope that's not where this is going, especially if that starts to leak into the main game. I will be pissed. It's fine if they want to put in small in-game purchases where you can buy cosmetic stuff, purely cosmetic stuff, where the character has I don't know, certain costumes, certain colors of skins for their guns, certain things that they can use on their vehicles, all that sort of stuff. Absolutely fine. I got no issue with that whatsoever. But if they start putting that in the main game, where you can sort of buy rocket launchers, grenade launchers, some of the best guns, jets, weapons, I will be pissed. So we obviously didn't get any information on that by this trailer. This was purely just a reveal trailer. It's just talking about the game. It's just giving us a set date, or a time span at least, 2025. So hopefully that is all very much hearsay, and that's not going to happen, because I'll be very, very pissed. But just by going back to the trailer itself and talking about what's in the trailer, I absolutely love what I'm seeing here. Look at all the graphics. There was never any doubt in my mind that this was going to be one of the best looking, visually impressive games, I think, not just of the generation, the new console generation, but forever. This looks absolutely amazing. People are getting gripes that the main character is a female protagonist. Get a fucking life, guys. Just move forward with it. This, do you know what I mean? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? If the character is given a good plot line and her character arc is great, it looks like she starts off in prison, maybe she escapes, maybe she does her time and just goes back to the old crime life. But I'm really interested to see how her sort of presence fits into Vice City and the bigger world, because we've just had nothing but male protagonists. So it's nice that they're going down a different direction. Rockstar are very bold with their, shall we say, tongue-in-cheek and taboo subjects. So they're a little bit South Parky for me, and I don't mind that. So if they go down that route with this game, it'll be interesting to see how this character, for example, interacts with escorts or prostitutes, and how all that goes, because that's something that's kind of like a staple in the old games. Something that people made so many memes on, so many videos and all that kind of stuff. It's something that's core to Grand Theft Auto. So how is that going to happen with a female protagonist? Interesting. But anyway, the graphics look absolutely top tier. You've got a little skim of some wildlife that we're going to see there. Some dolphins, there's birds of some sort, jet skis, boats. The beach is absolutely rammed. It looks like Barry Island in the middle of summer. Barry Island is in Wales, if none of you didn't know. Gavin and Stacey. Got a little skimmer there as well. Flamingos. This is the shot that I was absolutely blown away by. The amount of detail just in this one scene is phenomenal. You got choppers in the background. There's a plane up there. There's another skimmer chopper there. Jet skis. Just look at I've only just clocked this. Look at that guy there. That's what I mean.
Now that's a sweet ass.
The attention to detail with Rockstar is bar none. You just can't top it. They absolutely put in millions. I wouldn't be surprised if this cost billions in the end. They will make that and then some in the sales. But look at the amount of detail. You've got all the little grooves in the sand there. Obviously, this is where people have pushed buggies and stuff through, or there's cars that have gone through. You've got a little dog there. Just look at the glaze, all the sweat on their bodies. There's a tattoo there. And none of it looks artificial. It all looks so real. What really impressed me is look at the guy running in the middle. Look at that. Even as he's running, all his muscles and stuff are stretching. Like if he's got his arms up, they're stretched out. If they're down, it's like the contraction of the muscles. That's how detailed these games are. You've got the breaking of the waves there, which is a slightly different shade of colour. This is going to take an absolute monstrosity of space on hard drives. But I think it's going to be worth it. I'm really, really pumped for it. And I think it's going to deliver it. I love the little scenes there. This scene didn't make me feel... Some of the scenes, the main character at least, I don't think so much the NPCs, but the main character looked a little bit... What's the word? Blocky. A little bit mannequin-y in the face. Plastic. Maybe that's intentional. I don't know. But this scene made me laugh. Look at all this detail. Making it rain. Make it rain Mondays. Hell yeah. I'll be paying that place a visit. But it's just packed. Absolutely packed. You've also got a beggar there. All these different cars. And what I really like is it's lending itself to actual cars. I don't know if they've got the license to put the actual names of the cars in, but I don't think they have, because obviously you've got the Cheetah there. You've got a rip-off of a Corvette there. There's just absolutely loads. I think that's a Mercedes, but obviously within the game, they've got their own brand of name, but we just know it's an absolute rip. I think that's a Lambo over there. An absolute rip of the main, you know, real cars, real makes, but fine with it, because that's what Grand Theft Auto is known for. This is a beautiful shot of, I think, some of the islands. And now, I don't know how true this is, but Rockstar apparently have said that this is going to be the biggest game to date, not just in terms of Grand Theft Auto, but in terms of map size generally. We're going to have Vice City, but it's going to also connect apparently to other areas, whether it's Liberty City, Los Santos, where they're all going to connect together, and the main map from GTA 5. I think they're all going to be interlinked in some way. So whether they just lift and paste some of the old sort of map densities, and especially with 5, you could pretty much lift that and connect it as an adjacent map, but you would have to upscale the graphics, I would imagine. So it'd be interesting to see how the maps play off, whether they do it like the old school games where initially the certain parts of the other maps are closed off and you have to advance the story to open up the bridges again, or whether it's all going to be fully accessible from the off. I don't know. But this is just an amazing shot. Again, lots of stuff going on in the sea. Loads and loads of different things as well you can see underwater. I'd imagine you could do wreck dives and stuff like that, which is absolutely phenomenal. You've got a little bit of a tanker going on up there. Some sort of... it looks like, I don't know. Is that a radar or something? Some sort of science experiment island. Hell yeah, more of that. Vice City. This is really cool as well. Dad Bod Squad. Hey Pappy, save some sugar baby for the rest of us. Stay alert. Official poach. So I think we're going to get some sort of social feed as well. Whether it's going to sort of try and mimic TikTok or Twitter or whatever. Facebook, Instagram. It's going to replicate something. We got that with the old game, but I think this one's going to be a little bit more sort of prominent in the game. As you can see it there, you've got a comment, you've got a like. So I think social media generally is going to play a bigger part within the game itself. Someone called the Department of Transport on this dump truck. This is funny. Best song right now. You've got a gator busting in. I'd assume that's some of the story missions. Usually got to hit the strip club to see Jiggle like that. And apparently what I really like as well is they've revamped sort of like the police physics and just the way that the police respond to call outs. So whereas in the first 5 games even, you sort of create a crime, do something wrong, you get a star, the police turn up, then it gets hectic, 2 stars, 3 stars. But this is, apparently in this one, it's going to be a lot more realistic. So the police take a hell of a lot more time to get to you. And it's just more realistic in terms of traffic. If you run a red light and stuff like that and you're speeding, it's all ultra realistic. They'll start to chase you. Then it'll move up to 2 stars. And it just, the respond time in terms of call outs and things like that, and the amount of police that turn up and what they do varies depending on your wanted level. So the higher wanted level, you get armed police, you get trucks. Then it'll move to sort of like the army and all that sort of stuff. So it's all more realistic, which I'm really super excited about. This freaked the hell out of me. I thought this was an actual clip of a real person. I was like, why is this live footage? But the detail in it is so clear and crisp. It looks like this is real footage. Someone's kicking off in Hamlet. Got some hammers. That looks like Deep South. You've got the biker gangs. It's just going to be intense. And this guy, we keep seeing the main character with this guy, and I'm assuming that's her partner because they get a little bit tasty together at the end. This bit. And I don't think you'd be doing that if it was your sister. Maybe in some states, but but yeah, it looks like we're going to be playing as this lady here. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do actually switch at some point at least to this guy, who I assume is her partner. And they switch between the two, potentially. But I wouldn't mind if the whole game is just based on her perspective. He's just involved in it, and we just get the odd mission where they switch over. But all in all, guys, I think this is definitely going to be one to watch. It goes without saying, Rockstar is going to hit the ball out of the park with this one. This is going to wipe the floor of any game in 2025, no matter what that game is. This one is already going to get Game of the Year, just because of the hype, just because of the amount of development that goes into these games. They are massive. It would just be interesting to see, one, if the rumors are true, I hope they're not, and they bring in some form of live service, because I will be pissed and I won't be buying it. I will exercise extreme willpower and wait, but hopefully that's all hearsay. And if it comes into the online element, fine, I just won't play online. I'll just play the main game, and I'll have a hell of a great time playing the main game, hopefully. If they do everything that GTA 5 did, and then some, and build on the mechanics, and build on the things you can do, build on the realism, the graphics already, didn't know it was possible, the graphics already look even more impressive, and the game, I've heard, lengthwise is going to be longer, the story is going to be more diverse, you're going to have Vice City as the backdrop, the police are going to be more realistic, things generally are going to be more realistic, social media is going to have more of an influence on it, so it is, I think, going to be the most realistic Grand Theft Auto I think we've ever had. And as you would expect with time, as it goes on, technology grows and all that sort of thing, you would expect that to happen anyway. But I imagine myself and millions of other people, I am very, very excited for this one, and I can't wait to hear more. Like I said, I'm hoping the rumors are false. I'm hoping that's not what Rockstar is going to do in terms of the live service for the game. It's a very bad move, I think. I hope they don't fall down that rabbit hole that other publishers and developers unfortunately have, of starting to charge people for, you know, silly stuff, in-game things that you just don't need. Like I said, if it's all cosmetic and it's purely cosmetic, it doesn't give you an edge in the game, especially in the online element, which I imagine there is going to be an online element. I hope that's not a thing. But they were talking also about chunking the story up and breaking it into pieces and charging people separate amounts of money for each piece. Nah. I'd much rather have this priced a bit steeper, which I imagine it's going to be anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if this one comes out about £70 or £80 just for the standard edition. The deluxe is probably going to cost you your house, if I'm honest, because there's games out there at the moment that want £100 for a deluxe edition. So this one is going to be nuts, absolutely nuts to pay for. But I hope, like I said, that they just go with the core mechanics of what Grand Theft Auto is and what has made it great over the years, and they don't steer away from that, and they don't fall into the trap of the other developers and publishers that we've seen. Unfortunately, some big ones as well, ones that have been well known in the past, that have fallen into that trap of microtransactions and in-game purchases and all that shit, because we don't need it. This is Grand Theft Auto, and it shouldn't be messed with. It should only be messed with in the right ways. So that's my thoughts on it, guys. But let me know in the comments what you think about the trailer. Are you pumped for it? Have you got any reservations? What did you enjoy most from the trailer? And are you looking forward to this one as much as I am? Until the next video, thank you for checking me out. I'll see you again soon. Peace.